Alright guys, welcome to the stream. I hope you guys are having a lovely day on this fine, beautiful Sunday. I know I have so far. And welcome back to Silver Dollar City. We were in it yesterday and I want to do some more work on it today. So I want to try and make more regular streams if I can. Because it's something I've lacked a lot in the last few months, is just kind of just streaming regularly, you know? And I'd love to get back into that, so that's what we are going to be doing today. And as I try to multitask all at the same time. I'm not good at multitasking. I really am. I'm not, so. So welcome guys to the stream. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm doing fantastic myself. So, I gotta do something real quick here. But we're back at Silver Dollar City. When we left off, we were working on this little seating area for dockside slash riverfront, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of in between the two, so right in front of Riverfront Playhouse, but it'd be used for dockside grill, so which is a really good little spot to get some food and stuff, for as small as it is, so. No, okay. But anyways. Alright, now I'm good. Alright, sorry about that. You all have my attention now. But yeah, why would you watch the Grammys when you can be watching this live stream anyways? You know? Just saying. I'm just saying. Kings Island. That'd be a fun recreation. I think that'd be a fun one to do. I don't really have plans of how long I'll be live. Typically as long as I can build without getting burnt out. Because I'm not, like, everyone always says, like, Joe, how do you have so much patience when building? Well, the real answer is I don't. I can only work for so long, you know, and I have to take a break from it, so. Sometimes I can go upwards to 10 hours. Sometimes I can only do about 2 hours, you know. It just kind of depends, you know. Anyways, love to see Wind Valley have a sister park created. We actually just posted an episode today of the new park. We've been working on the new park. We're on episode 4 right now, so. It's called Windland, and it's a new challenge park where we have to deal with money and all that stuff again, so. Ready for the Madden season, yes. We can play some more after this if you want, Fluffy. I just wanted to do a stream real quick. But yeah, definitely check out the new park. It's in the new challenge park. I have it like kind of listed under the same series. It's just kind of like a rebooted series. It's going to be in the same universe. It's basically going to be the second park of Wind Valley Park. And it's going to be called Windland. So there are 4 episodes to watch right now. I just started it. It's pretty good. We haven't opened the park yet. I think after the next episode 5, we're going to get the park open. So we're almost there. I've been working really hard at it. I gave myself a $50,000 budget. I used it. You can watch the setup video if you want. You don't really have to watch the setup video. I did a setup video too. So there's technically 5 episodes, but 4 main episodes. Stream real quick. Proceeds to stream for 4 hours straight. Potentially, yeah. Potentially. Alright, so today I was thinking about working on a little bit on Mystic River Falls, something I kind of wouldn't mind working on right now. This is kind of like the viewing area over here. We can go back behind here and just get this kind of set up. If I can get our reference here for this area. So the last little turnaround of Mystic River Falls and have this get all set up. So I want to get a lot of this done, so and get this ready to go. Like, I'm really inspired right now and very motivated. I would love to get SDC done because I really want to make some cool cinematic videos of it. You know? I'm very much inspired and excited to do some... excited to do some of that. So, ooh, we got a good shot here. All right. Good shot, good shot. Now, this fence I'm going to probably push a little bit more forward. For that, there's a big rock right here. We're going to use this fencing, but we need to come and do a... do like a platform that goes downwards into it. This isn't exactly high enough from where it should be, but that's all right. We're going to make it work. Mystic Overrated Falls. I don't even think it's overrated. I don't think people, like, praise it that much. After you're done, you should add some rides and other things you think SDC should add. I could potentially do that, like, have a little, for fun, little, scenario park. I actually thought about doing, like, a scenario where you had to, like, meet some objectives, like, after I'm done. I have multiple different workshop items. Scenario 1 where you have to build new rides for Silver Dollar City. You're the new CEO of Silver Dollar City. That'd be kind of a cool storyline. I think that would be kind of cool in general to do. What if Silver Dollar City got a hyper Intamin coaster? I just want something over 200 feet. I think they need a hyper of some sorts. And I think I would say B&M first, but I would take an Intamin too. Like, SDC's never worked with Intamin, so B&M would be a lot more likely. For sure. I know since they've worked with B&M before, but it's been a while since they've worked with B&M. They haven't worked with B&M since Wildfire. So it's been a hot minute. Definitely been a hot minute. But I think they definitely should get a hypercoaster. So I think it'd be a great fit for the park. But I think they need a good family coaster too. On top of that. So I think a good Vekoma launch family coaster, kind of like Big Bear Mountain, would be a perfect fit for SDC, if you ask me. And I honestly think that might be our next major coaster, but I'm not sure. Our next thrill coaster, I could see something by B&M. I don't know if it just needs to be B&M. Remove Wildfire. No, you keep Wildfire. Get another B&M. You know? Let's get another one. Just another B&M. Should have gotten a B&M. Alright. We're going to do kind of like a path cover, because Planet Coaster does not like paths interacting with terrain, so we're going to do kind of like a little fake path up here that goes out and over this. That's typically what I like to do, and let's go ahead and pull the terrain a little bit further back behind that. And then we're going to create kind of like a piece here. I can't tell if that is concrete or wood on the platforms there. It's kind of hard to tell from here. It kind of looks like it could be concrete, but it also looks like it could be wood, but I can't tell from here. So we're just going to go with concrete because that makes sense to me. And then there's a little bit of rock work around it as well. But so let's just do some concrete for now. And if I can change it later pretty easily, probably. If I wanted to. Okay, so that's that. So basically we want to do something like this, and then we also want to get a fence going onto it. We're going to remove that front fence there, because we're going to make this the fence that we use. And we should be able to fit about 2 pieces here. It doesn't fit properly. Maybe we should get... Might make them separate. That's fine. It's fine. We can do that. Gotta go. All right. We'll be here when you get back, hopefully. I mean, we might be. Hopefully we will. Hopefully so. Hopefully. If I was the CEO of SDC, I would have a list of rides that need to go, and then we'll talk new rides. We need to remove Wildfire and replace it with something better. But why replace it? Just add a new B&M. Nothing wrong with Wildfire. There's not too many B&M sit-down coasters out there, so it's still kind of unique. I think Wildfire's got some unique trains for, honestly, some of the more unique B&M trains, because, like, it is a sit-down coaster, but it feels a lot like a floorless because of how your feet dangle on it. Like, your feet still dangle. There's a floor down there, but you can't really touch the floor like other B&M sit-downs. It's a big difference. B&M is really overrated. I mean, I love B&M. I do love B&M. I don't think they put out my favorite rides, probably not, but like they're very consistent and you know, they know what they're doing, so it's just kind of like a company that you can rely on. Again, they don't take like huge risks or anything like a lot of the companies like Intamin. And that's why Intamin has some of my favorite rides, is because they will go and do that kind of stuff. You know, they are not afraid to go in and, you know, do some crazy stuff that no one else has done. Like, they will do it. If they get the right customer, they're gonna do that. Wildfire is pretty good. I like Wildfire. I think its first drop is really, really good, especially in the back. Some crazy airtime in the back on Wildfire's first drop. The rest of the ride is pretty cookie cutter elements. You know, you got an Immelman, a vertical loop, a cobra roll, a corkscrew, and then just kind of like a bank turn at the end. But for what it is, I think it's pretty good. It's not a bad ride, by any means. It just doesn't do anything super special. I think the highlight of Wildfire is definitely its drop in the back row. It's still a solid ride. Like, it's not a ride that you get off saying, oh man, that completely sucked. You know, you just go like, that was a pretty good ride. You know, not bad. But it's not a ride that's gonna like completely wow you or anything. B&M over the shoulder restraints make me feel. Make you feel what? Make you feel ew? I'm not a big fan of over-the-shoulder restraints myself. I typically prefer lap bars, or over-the-shoulder lap bars are my favorite type of restraints. For sure. B&M over-the-shoulder restraints, they're not great, but, like, I don't hate them, like, crazy hate them or anything. As far as over-the-shoulder restraints go, again, I don't care for over-the-shoulder restraints that much. Kind of like anybody else, you know, they're not, they're not fun. Not the greatest thing out there, but... And their vest restraints are not that great either. I mean, I think I like them a little bit better than their normal over-the-shoulder restraints, but yeah, the vest restraints aren't great, if you ask me. But first drop with the room is really good. How's it going, Ghost Gnome? I like the scenery, great view of Table Rock. Oh yeah, it by far Wildfire has one of the best settings. It is the most picturesque coaster at Silver Dollar City for sure. It has easily one of the best settings for a coaster. You gotta admit that. I'm gonna lurk, but message me on Discord when you're ready to advance to week 4. Sure. Yeah, I still need to play the Chiefs. I gotta play my week 3. Week 3. Alright, yeah, we're gonna get this going. This will go back over here. I think there are some steps here. I'm not sure. that lead up to here, so I think that actually works out in our favor, having the terrain slightly up here. This is probably longer than what it actually is. In fact, no, it is longer than what it should be, but again, sometimes you have to make some decisions like that when it comes to like recreations that aren't using a floor plan. Again, because I'm not using a floor plan here, which I kind of wish I did. I did a test with an SDC floor plan, and it turned out pretty good. Like, I was almost half tempted to start from scratch again, but I was like, no, I've gotten too far into this recreation that I'm not going to do that. As much as I would like to. I did a test on it. I think I showed you guys. I did a floor plan test on Silver Dollar City, and it was tempting to start over a little bit because I could make it even better, you know? But I'm not going to do that because I'm too far ahead on this, and I would just drive myself crazy and I wouldn't finish it, so let's be honest. Would I actually finish that? I'm not sure exactly how far this goes over. We'll go about right there. About right there. I don't understand why just random sections, even when you, like, try to get it to go under, just random sections are like, nah, I'm gonna stay above. Like, why is it over here in just this random spot? I don't know. It's kind of weird. I go to do a floor plan. I think if I do another recreation, I'm gonna do probably do floor plans again. I didn't want to start another recreation while I'm working on one, so that's why I never got around to doing another one. Because Planet Coast or Silver Dollar City was the one I wanted to do for the longest time. So, but we all know how this has gone so far. I'm just that's all right. It's all right though. I think the main thing is I wanted it to be super detailed and be very close, but I think if I ever get this done, what do you mean if? I am going to get it done. Gotta have the right attitude. I definitely think it will do well in the workshop, and I think it will get a lot of attention. At least I hope it does. I really do hope. With all the hard work and effort I put into it, I hope, like, the cinematic videos that I do, the, everything else, you know, I'm sure it'll do good on the workshop. But I need to get a move on because this is going to be a 2023 build. I'm not going to mess with the new Fire in the Hole just yet. I could potentially start working on it. Like, I could do that. But I'm not going to do any... I mean, I'm sure the Fire in the Hole building's still going to be there, like the old one. So I think I'm still okay. Like, I could still build the new Fire in the Hole if I want to. I would have to move the swings over if I wanted to update it for 2024, but that wouldn't be too hard. That should be pretty easy. And then, of course, we have the new shops as well, the new Pretzel Dog shop as well coming out, and all that stuff. But my goal here recently is to try and get Riverfront done, Mystic, and all of this leading through Fireman's Landing. And then we can move on to, like, maybe, like, Powder Keg. I think we need to work on Powder Keg and get Powder Keg Station and Queue Line all done, which I don't think will take too long. Like, as long as I get my references that I need. I thought I had some old references. I'm pretty sure I took a video of the dock on Powder Keg at one point. It might be somewhere buried in my phone somewhere, but I'm gonna have to find it. I did take a lot of references, though, at some point, so I think we'll be good, though. Anyways, Old Fire in the Hole building will be there this year. Interesting. So they're not tearing it down, at least this year. I'm curious if they're gonna do something with, like, build a new attraction in that spot, or if they're just gonna keep that building up and use it for, like, backstage storage or something, or maybe the idea of a Silver Dollar City museum will come to fruition. So I know that's been a heavy request, is to have, like, a Silver Dollar City museum. It could have, like, old pieces of old attractions or different stuff like that, which is definitely a cool idea, for sure. I mean, I'd be down for that. I could tell the history of Marvel Cave in there, and all that cool stuff. And you're in a historic building, you know? Like, you're in the original Fire in the Hole building. Like, it'd be perfect for a museum. Plan on submitting it to, like, Channel 5? I don't know yet. Maybe I will. I haven't really followed them in a long time. But could get the park a little bit more attention, you know? Maybe, so. I've been featured on Channel 5 before. They actually, my first park was Westwood, and they actually toured it. Interestingly enough, so. Alright, I'm gonna keep that one there for in case we need to build off of it. I always like to keep those there. Alright, I need to see how this all connects together on this side with this fence. Does it just go back up to it? I think it does, but as long as this video gets a good shot of it, which they do, yeah, it just goes back around this and connects back up here. So that's easy enough. I have a lot more space in here than I should. Which is to be expected. I made these paths and everything way too big. But I'm at the point where it's too late to go back and fix all that. I would have to redo like the entire area if I wanted to redo all that. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna try and make it as best as I can without... You know, I've learned a lot in Planet Coaster when it comes to like building more realistically, and one of my biggest issues is I always make everything too big and too large. Like my plazas, my pathways, they're always way too big. You know, I think that's my main issue that I always have. And I think in Windland, my new park, I've actually been doing a lot better with that. So everything's more compact, smaller, and makes a little more sense, you know? But well, you know, you need a ride reaction video to Outlaw Run like you did with the Westwood RMC. I bet I could get permission to do that. Honestly, bet I could. Why you always paused if money isn't an issue? Are you talking about on the new series? Because the money will go down on Windland. Like, if I push play, it's gonna start deducting money from there, and I want to keep all that money. Yeah, I don't know what if you're talking about this right here, I have unlimited money. It doesn't matter, but keeping it paused gives me more frame rates, so while I'm building, which definitely helps a lot. So. Mostly I pause because of frame rates. When I'm building in a park this large, you gotta actually keep an eye on that. Like that's an actual thing. In this recreation. Oh, and the recreation, like using the... Okay, like using a green screen for... We're here right now, Law Run. At Silver Dollar City. Okay. This is all going to be interesting. This opening's a little small, but that's okay. Let's see if I can actually fit a path. You ever notice, like, when you're doing pathways in Planet Coaster, everything lags out so much, especially if you're in a larger park. Like, look how laggy this is, just trying to place a pathway. Only when you're in the path builder, though. And when you're trying to, like, if you're not moving your camera, it's fine, but only, like, when you're moving your camera. Like, when you're going left and right like this. Moving around and staying still isn't as bad. But man, it can be bad sometimes. I can't go too far out here because Planet Coaster doesn't like putting paths next to edges, terrain edges. So we're gonna do what we can here as best as we can. As best as it will let us. I just need a path. I really just want a path back here. We're all gonna do path covers back here, so I know we might have an issue with guests clipping through that building, but we'll put some curbs in there to try and limit that as best as we can. In fact, I'm going to do that now before I forget, because if I forget, I'm not, you know. I don't know if guests are going to be able to squeeze through this small corner, though. That's another thing with, if they do Planet Coaster 2, give us a smaller path option, like a much smaller path option, like closer to the queue lines. The queue lines can get really small, so we should be able to do that with regular paths too, like really small paths. I know you're not allowed to film on the ride at SDC, but is there a rule against pressing record on your phone and then put it in a zip-up pocket? Like if you wanted an audio POV? I mean, I could get permission to get on-ride footage easily, probably. I would just have to go to my supervisors and saying, hey, I want to film on there. Can I see about getting permission, you know? I probably could get permission. You know, I got the hookup. I could get permission to do that. I got a GoPro. I think they usually have their own GoPros too that they offer as well. So like, if you want footage and stuff, I don't know if it would cost me. I don't know if they charge me anything to do that, but you're asking for you. I mean, if you have it in a zipper pocket and you want to do just to record your audio, I don't see why not. Like, that's not a big deal. As long as it's in a zipper pocket. Zipper pockets are a-okay. Have I been to Dollywood? Yeah, I have. I just went for the last time I was there was this last year. We went to ride before they closed down Lightning Rod with the launch. So I was on the last public train for Lightning Rod's launch. Such a cool moment. I'm glad I got to experience it, so. Now, obviously, they had some more cycles for, like, employees and stuff, but last public train. That's what I wanted. And you can best believe I got it. Alright, we're just trying to cover up some of these gaps with some path covers. Every time I've been to Dollywood, Lightning Rod has ran no problem. I kid you not. I've had no... The only time it was closed is when it was down getting the retrack. I went that one year they were retracking it. So it was scheduled downtime, like it was supposed to be down. And I knew it was going to be down before I went. Because that was for that, so... This patch of green grass is going to be annoying, isn't it? That's like the best I can do, which is awful. Honestly, I didn't think... When I was there, it was reliable. That's the funny part. Every time I went to Dollywood, Lightning Rod was super reliable. It had never had any issues when I visited. Which is the funny part. I just find it so funny. That looks awful, but, you know. Velocicoaster is officially your number 2. What do you have in front of it? But I've been to Dollywood multiple times. I usually go every year, at least once. I think there's one year I did. I don't think I went in 2022. I went in 2021, 2023, 20... Did I go in 2020? I think I may have gone in 2020. I usually go every year because I get in free, so. Working at Silver Dollar City. There we go. All patched up. Maybe I'm just super lucky when I went to Dollywood because, again, it worked beautifully. Like, worked perfectly fine every time I went. We're just gonna do some extra rock work here to fill in the gap. Trying to see if I have... Have I made these light posts before? Or is it basically this? Looks like it's basically one of these, maybe a little different, but... Main difference is it's a bit higher than that, but... Alright, I'm gonna keep one back over here in case we need more of them. But I am gonna edit this one a little bit, and we're gonna put the light down further. I think I'm gonna raise this piece up a bit. Just like that. And I'm going to take this and we're going to copy it over to this side as well. So here's 2 of them that are over here. And then there is a little bit of rock work down here between the ride and this. I do want to try and get in a little bit. You do have little change dispensers too. See if we got any good shots. I might go back to that one shot because I could see underneath the fence here a little better. That shot. That's the shot. That is the shot I want. anyways. You have Ghost Rider at number 1. That's interesting. I like Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider was a great ride, but definitely not even close to Velocicoaster for me. But I can understand having a special place in the hearts, and for me, that's Maverick's one of those for me. Because I have Maverick at, what do I have Maverick at? Number 4? Yeah, Maverick's number 4 for me, I think. Or is it 3? Wait, let me see. Velocicoaster, Steel Vengeance. No, it's 3. It's 3. It's behind Steel Vengeance. Because Steel Vengeance took the number 1 spot from Maverick for me at the time. See, because Maverick's the first coaster that really kind of wowed me. I hadn't been on anything crazy. I'd been to Silver Dollar City, Six Flags St. Louis, and Worlds of Fun before then. So that's the main coasters I've been on. So getting on a ride like Maverick, and it exceeded my expectations because I knew everyone was saying that it was the best ride at Cedar Point, and I was kind of like that doubtful one, like, it's not that tall, you know, like, what's so great about this ride, you know? And then I figured out pretty quickly what was great about it, and it kind of blew me away a little bit. And I was excited to get on it again and again, so. So it stayed up there in my number 1 for a while until Steel Vengeance opened. And then Steel Vengeance was my number 1 for a good while. Until I rode Velocicoaster, which I wasn't expecting to take my number 1 spot. I really wasn't. But after I rode it, I literally got back, and I just went, uh-oh. This might be it. It was awesome, though. Alright, there's a little sign up here that says dry goods. That I might put up here. Theme signs, we can just do a normal Western kind of theme sign. Go up against here. Let's do... Just do this one. Debating whether if I want to do like the little support thing that goes around the turn here. I probably should for that detail, but it probably wouldn't be too hard to build. And it only goes from like here to right over here, so it's not like super long either. So but Velocicoaster, between the theming, the layout, and just all the above. All the above. The experience, you know? And it has one of the best build-ups, so it's like, it's not crazy all the way through. The first half is kind of like, oh, this is awesome, this is fun, and we're getting to see all the raptors here in the enclosure, and it has some really good elements and good moments in the first half. And then you hit that second launch. After the second launch, everything's like just a blur. Like, you can't believe it. Like, it has one of the best coaster finales I've ever been on. The roll at the end, the Mosasaurus roll, is so good. Like, I got stapled. I think it was my second time I rode. I got super stapled, and even in I still felt myself falling out. Or like I could feel myself coming out of my seat, even still on that roll, you know. which to me isn't just insane. Like, geez, But thankfully, the restraints on Velocicoaster are incredible. It's the over-shoulder lap bars, so even if you get stapled, it's still not that bad. That's why I love those restraints, those types of restraints, because they're so comfortable. You know, you feel so free too. You know, your legs are free, your arms are free, everything's free. You know, you just have it right at your waist there, and your legs aren't restricted or anything. So, like the Heartline roll, I just can't believe it. It feels illegal. It doesn't feel real. Like, Mox started doing those restraints. Intamin now does them. Zamperil is doing them with their lightning trains. So, you got to ride it 6 times. Nice. I remember I was staying on site. We were staying at the Endless Summer Resort because that's their cheapest resort, but it's still a really good hotel. And we got the hour early entry, so we got to ride Velocicoaster a few times before they let everybody in. So the line was fairly short that first hour. So I remember after our first ride, we just got right back in line. The fact that I made the decision to not go to Universal and go to Montana instead. Why? What the heck, Silas? What does Montana have? What? Why would you even make that decision? Never in a million years would I choose Montana over that. Absolutely not. Alright, let's see if I can make this. I'm going to try and make a little template here so I can make this easy on us. So let's do this, toolkit items, and we'll do a 2x6 piece. And we'll do 2 meter. Probably should do 1 meter. Yeah, they're pretty close together. 1 meter looks about right. Might do 2 meter with a hang off on the outside here. Gives us some good options. And we'll make this a scenery group. Just real quick. Edit it, and boom. Of course, it's not even. In that classic Planet Coaster fashion. An even thing is really making it difficult. Good thing this doesn't go on for too long. At least on this side, I think there's more, but we're going for the authenticity. So wow. See, how far over do we go? Not too far, and then we kind of go over here with this. We'll see when we get there. If I dare look to see how long I've been live. 49 minutes. Okay, I was expecting it to be like past an hour already. I was like, I know how time's been rolling for me, so. Hasn't been very nice. I'm probably about due for a new sort of city, like just standard episode that I can record. I think it'd be episode 52 or 53, somewhere around there. Can't remember. Burner. That. This one, and now it should be straight, because once you have a certain amount of pieces in there, it kind of just evens out a bit. Then the rocks kind of take over. I think there's some like some of those pieces kind of on the splashdown area too that we might pay attention to. Iron Rider, inspiration for it, I guess it could have just been a mixture of some rides. It wasn't really Zadra. I guess you could say a little bit of Steel Vengeance in there, but Steel Vengeance, just like in general, like I don't know if I really had a specific one I really inspired it off of. You know, I just wanted a hyper RMC, you know. I don't know if there was really a main inspiration I had for that. Ba-ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. This is looking a lot better, though. Like, I feel like for the little bit we've done, it's made a big difference. If that makes sense. Alright, there is, like, a concrete platform that goes around here that I think I might make real quick. And I think we'll just use the concrete piece. For like those evacuations, it's kind of got that red color tone to it though, kind of like this peach, orangish kind of color, you could call it. I'm gonna go above the platform here. We might push the terrain up to this. Put a fence up. All that fun stuff, you know? So you can see this right when you go into the entrance a little bit. Ba-ba-da-dum-bum-bum. Push that over there a little bit. We just want to blend this in nicely. figure out a little bit of how this is set up. It may or may not actually be like this, but we're going to try. Do something along these lines just to kind of blend it in with the ground here. Oh, autosave incoming. Hopefully it's a good, fast and easy one. Some autosaves aren't as bad as others. Planko 2 better fix this too. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand why saving should lag out an entire game like this. And sometimes almost make it crash sometimes too. We don't need that. We're going to put a fence up on this as well. And then maybe just kind of fill it in, because this, honestly, with the scale, it should be up here, but it's not. So I'm going to, in a way, I'm kind of stalling. Just trying to stall it a little bit by doing something like this, so. Alright, that autosave wasn't too bad. For being a Silver Dollar City save, that wasn't too bad. When is Planko 2 coming out? Hopefully at the end of this year, around November. Obviously not confirmed, but it is very likely that it's coming out in November of this year. Frontier is set. What is confirmed is that there is a creative management simulation game coming late this year, and all signs point it to being Planet Coaster 2. It just makes the most sense. Like, it wouldn't be anything else. The only other thing it could be is a completely brand new some sort of brand new simulation game. But with the financial struggles that that Frontier has had, why it makes the most sense to go out and make a game that already has a dedicated fan base, because Planet Coaster 2 is a guaranteed hit. Like, for sure. Like, that is a hit. Like, it's going to be. You know? But again, not confirmed. So it won't be confirmed until they announce it, which hopefully will be within months. At least we're hoping. I really do hope so, but we're just going to have to play the waiting game. We've been waiting for so long already, but but there is a rumor that they could be partnering. It's like I think it's just speculation more than a rumor. Like, just like, what if Planet Coaster, I think I saw a video from S. Wolf. What if Planet Coaster has bigger plans? Planet Coaster 2 has bigger plans, and they partner with, like, Universal. They've already worked with Universal with Jurassic World, so is it really out of the reach for them to put, like, an Epic Universe, like, partner with, like, Epic Universe? That would be so freaking cool. Now, I don't think it's gonna happen. I think it's unlikely, but I think it's possible. It's a possibility. I don't think it's super likely, but the idea sounds awesome. If you ask me. Can you imagine them partnering with Universal and have, like, an Epic Universe kind of partnership? But yeah, not likely, but I think, again, I still think it's possible, and I'm all for it. I just think it's a very low % chance of actually happening. But it's definitely a cool idea. You know what? I don't understand why these can't just be like... Why is that way? I don't get it. Why? Maybe if I do a couple more pieces here. Usually if you have so many pieces, it just... No, it's not going to. I mean, we could do something like that and then delete it afterwards. I just want it to be straightened. That's all I want. Is that so hard to ask? Why is it... How many do you have to place? It's so inconsistent on how it wants to work. See, that doesn't work. But if you went and did like an extra couple of these, it works. See? I don't know. Hope Planet Coaster addresses that as well in Planet Go 2. Planet Coaster, no limits, make it coaster game. Eh. I'm more into theme parks and actually like having people in my parks. I love seeing the live, just the life it has when you have guests roaming around your park. I mean, I don't see... I mean, unless you're saying, like, combine the two. I mean, sure, but I still don't like building coasters like No Limits. I like Planet Coaster's Coaster Builder. I'm not saying it's perfect, but they need to just fix the smoothing and fix the heart lining. Add heart lining. Smoothing and make sure the POVs... The main part is... It gets rough, like the transitions between track pieces isn't smooth. If they could fix that, it'd be just fine. They just need to fix those pieces, those parts of it, you know? Okay, well, I'm going to try and add a block piece and see if that will fix our situation here. Just like one of these. I want so bad for it to be straight. Nope, still doesn't work. We're close enough. Just keep going. It's inconvenient, but whatever. Just roll with it. Something I probably should do, I think would be a good idea, maybe we'll do it here in a minute, after I finish this, is to work on bits and pieces of Grand Exposition, because it's the one area I don't ever feel like working on. But I feel like if I do just a tiny little bit at a time, each episode, or each time I work on the park, it would make it a lot easier. So like just do like tiny little sections of it every so often. Not so much so that, you know, but just a little bit. That way, because I plan on it being my last section I finish up. All right, look at that. We have something going on here. little small wins here, alright? Take the small victories. To me, this is a nice little small victory. I do need to work on like the queue lines and stuff. It's like one slightly large rock right here. So there we go. I'm just gonna fill this in with like some shrubbery and greens and stuff. I know it's not the most accurate, but again, there's not this much of a gap, so I don't know what else to do. I don't want to just leave it open, you know. So I was thinking about doing just some extra rock work and stuff like that to kind of fill in the gaps. You know, little things like that. So even though it's inaccurate, if I can do something that's inaccurate but still looks good, you know, that's still a win in my book. So. All right. Not looking half bad. Okay. Don't need to smooth it all. You should just not need. You should not need to smooth the rides in a theme park game. Well, I mean, I think there should be a smooth tool. I think it'd be cool if there was a button where it just smooths the entire ride out. Or you can select a big section, then just click smooth and it will automatically smooth everything for you. Keeping your heart lining or adding heart lining or whatever it needs. That would be a nice tool to have. Here. So it's kind of like a wooden piece that comes up here and for that. Alright. So we could go with toolkit items. Let's do 2x10. Go ahead and make this a item here, or a scenery group. Looks like poles on these as well. If I can get those in there, and then we can just start copying and pasting, you know, all the way down the line. That'd be great. If we go to framework and find like a support piece could work, as long as you can find a really small one. I don't know if there is a small enough one for that. Props. Let's just see. Could just use the the scaffolding support if we wanted to. It'd probably look okay. At least I think it would. I have really bad draw distance, like get very undetailed very quickly. See that? Alright, if we select all these, we shouldn't have any issues with that. And we can just go down the line. This just goes down a little bit of ways. Interestingly enough, there's just a few of these poles just kind of like here without the lining. Without the wood piece. Kind of like that. Along those lines. Well, apparently that wasn't straight or lined up, so... I ended up with this wall, but apparently it's not lined up with this, so... Apparently, it's not. That's a little bit better. A little bit better. Are any of these pieces from the workshop? A lot of pieces are. a lot of them. I use a lot of workshop pieces. A lot. Okay, where's our tree planter here? I need one of these. One or two of these, actually. There's actually a couple of them over here. Flip on around. Steam Workshop isn't working. How is it not working? How so? Just like not subscribe to stuff, or is it just not showing up when you do subscribe to it? Download it. Up with these here. Kind of have this cover going this way and staying lined up with that. So it makes sense. Alright, so we made some good progress on this turnaround here. It's just, again, little victories, as I keep calling them. Small little victories here. I have moments where I'm just like, I don't know if I can get this built, or how the heck I'm gonna do that. And it all ends up being alright. In the end. Just hoping to be able to smooth this section out. It looks like that's not gonna be the case. Planet Coaster does not like it when you go up against terrain like that. Even if you're not really doing much, you know? Alright, got that going. Do I dare walk over here? Run over here by Expo? Do I dare? Let me find the Grand Expo section here in this walkthrough. There we are. Alright, I think we're just going to start a little bit over here and maybe do the entrance and place that entrance, because you can't place the exit without placing the entrance apparently on here. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna smooth this terrain out so we can put in a nice looking little path here for the exit of the ride. Smooth, smooth, smooth. So we pull up here. And smooth, smooth, smooth. Hold up a little bit more. Smooth, smooth, smooth. This needs to go away. Smooth, smooth. Yeah, it's again. Okay. Thankfully, this can be moved any which way that we need it to. So we can do this like so. This was before we got Theme Maker's Toolkit, and I didn't have the mulch pieces, so I was using that, which worked at the time. Did work at the time. It did. All right. Up a little closer here so we can kind of see what's going on at the exit here. Wow, they actually walk all the way up the exit. Okay. Totally fine with me. Okay, for the fence of this, I think we can just use the low fence, honestly. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Just use the regular low fence from the workshop. How much longer do I have? I don't know. I feel a little bit burnt out kind of coming around, but, you know, I'm still willing to keep working right now, so. Typically it lasts around the 2-hour mark, which I think we're getting close to the 2-hour mark now, so we're pretty close. Not saying I'm stopping at the 2-hour mark, but that's typically about average. These streams typically go around the 2-hour mark. Will I add this to the workshop? When I get it done, yes. I don't want to post an incomplete version of it. I know some people would want me to, but I want to wait till it's closer to completion. To a point where I'm comfortable with posting it, you know? I just want it to be in that, at least pretty close to completion. I'll still be updating it, even after I'm done with it, you know, I'm sure I'll be doing stuff. I think it would be cool to do like a Christmas version or Pumpkins in the City version, but we'll see. It's a lot of work. That's a lot of lights. That would be a lot of lights. Alright, we got the magnificent wave carousel here. Like I said, I think I'm going to start trying to do just a little bit of work on Expo each time. Because again, it's the section I do not want to work on. But I'm going to force myself to work on it a little bit each time. Like, not so much to where I get completely sick of it, but like, that way I'm making tiny little bits of progress here and there. So it's still getting progress done with it. Like today we might just work a little bit on the wave carousel here. Just a little bit. I always find it weird that a wave carousel's entrance is back on this side. It exits you way over here. So you're like in a completely different area. Like on the other side at that point. It's like, what the heck? The magnificent wave carousel. My music's still playing? It's just really quiet. I'm gonna raise that up a little bit so we can hear it in all its glory. Difference here. I think there's a fence I can use for this bottom part. If I remember right, I could be wrong. I thought there was a similar fence in game. Like I thought it was a base game piece. But I could be wrong. It may have been this piece I was thinking of because it's kind of like has that rounded top, but it's made of wood though. Alright, let's just fill in some trees here. Close it up a little bit. Wait until we do a little bit more the terrain work right there, but I'm talking like little pieces like that. Like I'm thinking about stopping right there for Expo for today. Like just doing tiny little bits and pieces like that. That way, by the time I get to Expo, hopefully at that point I won't have as much to do, or if anything to do. Trying to cover up that little bit of green grass here. my shortcuts. All right. Oh, we're the hour and a half? Really? Why can't your park look this good? It can look this good. I mean, I don't think this looks that great, but I'm not the greatest out there. All it takes is you just need to find some inspiration, base your stuff off of something. You don't build off of nothing. It's never going to look good if you build off of nothing. If you just try and start building with no plan, no inspiration, no nothing, it's not going to turn out great. I mean, I know that for sure because I've done that. So you gotta find some inspiration. Base your park off of something. Have a plan. Have an idea of what you want to build before building it. So, like, I mean, this is a recreation, so obviously I have to use inspiration. I have to use all of that because I'm actually trying to recreate something. And that's always a good way to kind of start, is try and recreate something. If you want to get better at building buildings, find some nice theme park buildings. Get on find some Google Street View of some parks, and then just pick out a random building, try and recreate it with the pieces you have in Planet Coaster. Do your best to recreate it. And if you need to add personality to it and make it your own, just base it off of that. You know, that's how I really, sometimes if I'm building my own stuff from scratch, is I'll find inspiration, and it's not always going to turn out that way, and that's a good thing because it makes it my own. So, you know. Hey, what's up, Several Coasters? How's it going? Best park was off of nothing and it looks okay. I mean, you can. Like, it's just, if you want to build better, I highly recommend you do that. Highly recommend. Because it's not easy to build off of just nothing with no idea of what you're about to build. You know, just like, I'm going to build a restroom, and then you don't really have anything to base it off of. I'm going to build a pizza place. You know, just different stuff like that, you know? And not everything has to have inspiration. Not every single piece of you do has to have inspiration. But the main parts of your park, I would definitely do that. Like if you're doing a main street, find some inspiration. Go to and find some inspiration for that. You know? I'm pretty happy how that turned out. I'm actually more surprised that we've only been live for an hour and a half. Like, time actually seems like it's going slow right now. Like, I feel like this took me a lot longer than what it did. Interestingly enough. Typically, it's the other way around. I was expecting us to have already hit the 2-hour mark at this point. Which is crazy, because I'm getting to the point where I'm probably gonna head out here in a minute, or maybe not a minute, but like soon, just because like I just have that point where I'm like, I work on some stuff, especially with the SDC recreation. I can only do so much. Like, I try and like, okay, I'm gonna do this little spot for sure, and then after I do that, then after I get the part that I wanted to do done, it's hard to move on because I don't have another plan. Live 10 minutes from SDC, love your vids. I'm excited for Fire in the Hole 2. Nice. I live about 15 minutes away from SDC. 15 to 20, give or take. Depends how fast you drive, I guess. And I work there and I'm there every day working, so. Alright, hold on, I'm getting a phone call, so commentary will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, guys. If you just popped in, I had a phone call that I had to take, so I am back. I figured we'd go and ride Outlaw Run or something for a little bit while we were waiting, so. Still really proud of this recreation. I know it's not like, you can tell that it's not the smoothest in the world. Except for the barrel roll. The barrel roll's perfect. I'm never touching this roll again because I don't know how I got it so perfect. Look at that. You couldn't ask for a better roll. Like, I don't know what I did. I wish I kind of remembered what I did there. But, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we got powder keg. I'm probably done building for now. We're just gonna showcase everything here. Now, if you haven't seen my powder keg recreation here on how I did the transfer track here, basically we have a false track underneath that gets it up to there, and then we have a fake track for the transfer track. And then when I do like the cinematics and stuff, I'm gonna use, that's why I have, you can see I have this one dark ride that is gonna move upwards, and I'm gonna take that footage and blend it with the regular footage, so it's gonna look like the transfer track works, but it actually doesn't. It's not actually real. This is one of my favorite songs. I don't know why. It's called Chicken Got No Head. The title of it's really weird. It's stupid, but it's really epic, you know? I used it for Iron Rider and Rough Riders POVs or cinematic videos. Am I crazy for thinking Time Traveler is better than Outlaw Run? I don't think you're crazy. I don't agree with it, but I can understand why people would like Time Traveler more. Mock Extreme Spinning Coasters are just awesome, man. But you can see how I'm going to do the slide up. I'm going to use that for the camera when I do the cinematic POV. I think Time Traveler's a super fun ride. I just don't think it's... I prefer more intense rides and crazy rides. That's why I prefer Outlaw Run. I just think Outlaw Run's a lot better overall. But if you're in the back of Time Traveler, can't blame you. Can you understand why people would like Powder Keg more than Time Traveler? No, I cannot, Silas. Not saying Powder Keg's a bad ride. It's a great ride, but it's not better than Time Traveler. I just love that I went through the effort to get the switch over to the Buzzsaw Falls track in this. I spent way too much time getting those diagonal cross ties in there. But no, I can understand why people would like Time Traveler better. The GP do. I think I did pretty good on Powder Keg. I'm pretty satisfied with how it turned out. And shout out to Misty's for making the custom catwalk for me on it too. Powder Keg's your number 1. Outlaw is 2nd. Time Traveler 3rd. That is a hot take there. Powder Keg is number 1. Here's the thing with Powder Keg. The beginning is phenomenal. The launch and the first 2 hills are elite. You get crazy floater airtime over these 2 hills, especially the second hill here. This is one of the craziest airtime hills I've ever been on. After that, the rest of the ride is just meh. It's got the beginning of the ride is very elite, but the rest of the ride, it's still fun. The rest of the ride's still fun. It just, the rest of the ride's just meh. You know, these turns, I love the airtime hill going into the turn here. That's a fun moment. Pretty good highlight. The drop after the lift is really nothing special. I don't feel any, like hardly any forces on it. Got a nice little helix at the end, but like those first 2 hills, launch, it's an incredible launch. The first 2 hills are incredible. The rest of the ride just isn't even on those levels of the first part of the ride. Like the first section of the ride is really great, elite even. But for the reason why it isn't higher for me is because the rest of the ride doesn't do anything special for me. If that makes sense. But man, the freaking airtime you get on there, on these first 2 hills, are phenomenal. The Buzzsaw Fall section has great laterals. Like, you know, if you've ridden it, you know that this section, you are feeling those forces to the side. Crazy laterals. Outlaw 1, Time Traveler 2, Wildfire 3, Powder Keg 4. That's how mine goes. That's actually how I have it rated. Outlaw Run number 1. Time Traveler number 2. There it is. Wildfire number 3. And Powder Keg number 4. I know Wildfire is nothing special either. But the reason why I have it slightly above Powder Keg is I just think it sustains its excitement a little bit better. Like I said, it starts out elite. I think Powder Keg has some of the most elite airtime hills when it starts off. But don't change it because of Joe. Wildfire has an elite drop. Really, really strong drop. It feels like a hyper coaster on the first drop. I love its the Immelman that it has, or Sidewinder, I don't know what you want to call it. I think it's more of an Immelman. And then you have a solid vertical loop. I love Cobra rolls. Yes, they're cookie cutter elements that B&M uses a lot, but they're still done really well. And, you know, and it's got some good forces on this last turn too. You know, these little low to the ground moments are actually pretty good highlights as well. But talking about drops, the ride that has the most elite drop in the entire park for me is Time Traveler's first drop out of the station in the back row. You have to be in the back though. If you're not in the back, it's not that great, but if you're in the last car, row 7 or row 8, it is one of the best coaster drops I've ever been on. And for only being 100 feet, you know, it is 90 degrees as well, but it is my favorite drop in the park. My second favorite drop is probably Outlaw Run. Third is probably going to easily be Wildfire. I guess the fourth best drop, I'd probably honestly... I like Thunderation's drop at the end better than Powder Keg's final drop. So. Fire the Hole is better. Thunderation's better. But yeah, the reason why I don't like having Powder Keg at 4, trust me, I don't like having it that low, but it is that low, because it has a few elite moments that just make it so good. But then it just like, the fact that that's at the beginning of the ride, if it was like that all the way through, then absolutely it would be way higher. But I feel like the ride gets more and more boring as it goes. Like, it starts off incredible, this is insane, and then it kind of dies off a little bit. Then you have some good laterals on the buzzsaw fall section, and then the drop is just anticlimactic. It's not even that great of a drop, honestly. I mean, it's there, like, but it's nothing, like, to write home about, you know? And it just kind of, it doesn't go out with a bang, I guess you could say. I'm fine with them reusing the lift hill and having more after that, you know, but it'd be better than Outlaw. Absolutely. Silas, get out of here with that. How's my evening going? It's going great. Thanks for being here. How's your evening going? How's your guys' evening going? Or morning or midday? I don't know, depending on where you live. I think I've had Wildfire and Powder Keg switch places a few times in my rankings for SDC coasters, but I'm for a while now it's been Wildfire slightly above. Not by much, really not by much, but rating all the coasters: Outlaw Run 1, Time Traveler 2, Wildfire 3, Powder Keg 4, Thunderation 5, Fire in the Hole 6, and Expo Coaster 7. Now, Fire in the Hole could be rising up above Thunderation this season with the new version of it, so I will say that. It could potentially be above Thunderation at then. I still love Thunderation so much. I know a lot of people think it's rough and everything. To me, there's only one really rough spot. The rest of it's fine. You know what I mean? Just had a mediocre McDonald's experience, but happy to be home for the day. Ew, that's not always fun. I actually just had McDonald's before I got home too. I actually went to the aquarium today. That was really fun. I haven't been to many aquariums, but we have one in Branson, and I hadn't been to it yet. And there's a local discount, so I decided, well, me and Jess decided why not. And she's really into like fish and aquatics and stuff, so. Oh, stop it. Wildfire at number 6, Silas? What the heck? Why? You have Fire in the Hole and Thunderation above Wildfire. Stop it. You can't actually. You cannot tell me that's real. There's no way. Wildfire, the only ride it beats out is Grand Expo Coaster. Stop it, man. You know at least Outlaw Run, Powder Keg, Time Traveler, Wildfire are the top 4. Whatever order you want to put them in, but those are the top 4 coasters at SDC. Fire in the Hole is a classic. It's a classic. I'll give you that. It's an incredible ride. It's a classic. But when it comes to thrills, it's gotta be Wildfire first. Thunderation is a hit or miss. I can see people loving it, I can see people hating it. So, wherever you want to put Thunderation, but I love Thunderation. It's the best Aero Mine Train out there. And I don't even think it's rough. There's one rough spot in the tunnel. If you guys have ridden Thunderation, you know what I'm talking about. The last few years, probably the last 5 or 6 years, it's had a rough spot in that tunnel. That didn't always used to be there. Before then, I thought Thunderation was great. It hasn't. I don't think it's rough. Like, there's that one spot, just that one spot. But one spot doesn't define the whole ride, I don't think. If it was rough all the way through, then absolutely, yeah. But there's one little rough spot in that tunnel right there. And it's like a jolt. And it kind of hurts sometimes. There was one year it was really bad. We called it the Thunder Bump. So. Fire in the Hole is more thrilling than Wildfire. Stop that, man. Wildfire is top 4 out of the 7. Whether you want to put it at number 4 is fine, whatever, but you can't put Wildfire below some of those rides. Thunderation's good, though. It's an elite mine train. I low-key like that jolt. There's a few rides where I was just, like, not happy with that jolt. I didn't like it at all. It didn't always used to be there, though. did not always used to be there. I'm just happy I got the custom supports done with this. I didn't get all the footers in, but my gosh, this ride took forever to custom support. I kind of want to ride it. Let's ride it. We have one in the station. Oh, both the trains are out. Should we get the full experience? Should we get the custom audio experience as well? Let's turn on the audio here, so you guys can hear all the custom audio I put in these rides. Alright, there's a train that's about to enter the station. I need to finish up this station and everything. Never done much with it. Unpopular opinion, but Adventure Express, I can kind of see that, but I still have Thunderation over it. I'm not going to blame you for that one, but I still think Thunderation's a little bit better than Adventure Express. Wildfire's a solid B&M. It's a smooth B&M, very smooth. It doesn't have a rattle at all. I think Wildfire has been maintained very, very well. You gotta admit that. It's definitely one of the smoothest B&Ms out there. Maybe not the smoothest, but it's up there. I can't believe how long it took me to do all these custom supports. Maybe you do, but like... Alright, here comes the tunnel. Tunnel's my favorite part on Thunderation, so like it kind of sucks that it has a rough jolt in it. Your times Thrills thinks everything's rough. It says Outlaw Runs rough, which makes no sense to me. At one time, it triggered me so bad that he skipped Outlaw Run once because he thinks it's rough. I think it had like a slight line and he decided to skip it. He came back to it later in the day, but like, he didn't think it was worth waiting in line for. I think Thunderation is, for an Aero coaster, it's pretty smooth. Like I said, it has that one rough patch, that one rough spot in the tunnel. It's a really bad little jolt. If it didn't have that, I don't think Thunderation is even rough. So, just that one little rough jolt in there. If they could get that fixed. Traveler. Okay, let's get in the, hopefully we don't get any of that copyright music in here. You can slightly hear it in the background. So we don't want any of that, so I might pause it a few times just to make sure that doesn't catch on in here. Because I do get copyrighted for those. And I wish I could have it to where it rotates it out of the station in real life. No, we have to go down the drop. We did a turn. Which I have ridden it like that before. My very first ride on Time Traveler, it didn't have the magnetic spin yet. That spins you right out of the station. Starts spinning the train around. Met you at SCC last year after the Christmas day. Yeah. 6 days off. Yeah, great Outlaw Run. That's where I purchased Outlaw Run. I don't know where I'm going to be next year. As of right now, it's still Outlaw Run. Oh my gosh, look at this thing. I think this is Outlaw Run. It's a little rough. Look, it's not rough at all. besides maybe like, oh my gosh, we're spinning fast. Holy crap. Oh my gosh.
All you gotta do is dream it.
Calm down.
And do good.
I think the controlled spin broke there. Jeez. That was crazy. I even have the game turned down a little bit. Really? I have it turned down a little bit. Like, I have it at 75% right now. And it's still crazy loud? That's crazy. That's crazy, y'all. Mystic Timbers is better than Outlaw Run? I could see someone making that case. Like, I wouldn't blame someone for saying that. Yes, am I biased towards Outlaw Run? Of course I am.
Watch your step as you board the stagecoach. When you're all comfy
Well,
in your
Mystic
seat,
Timbers
with your feet on the
is
floor and your back
my
against
favorite
the seat
GCI,
belt,
so...
Go ahead and buckle your seat belt. Our stagehands will let you know when to pull down your
Definitely in my
restraint.
top 15.
During your journey, keep your hands and feet
Can I ride the
inside
train?
the
We can ride the
stagecoach
train.
at
I think I
all
still have the
times.
audio in there.
It's gonna be a wild ride.
Only when I ride the rides. Oh, okay. Yeah, it is pretty loud, isn't it? Here we go. Man, I love this lift audio so much. I'm so proud of that. It sounds so good. The train audio is outdated. I actually know someone from the train. I know someone from the train. He came up to me not too long ago, actually, and said, hey, if you need me to do like the train audio, I will record it for you and send it to you, because he works on the train. So he does all those announcements and stuff. He told me to kind of send like a POV of the train, and he'll actually time everything for me. And he'll actually record the audio for me. So I was thinking, like, I'm thinking about hitting him up on that offer, so. I have him on Facebook, so I should message him and have him do that for me soon. The good guys always win. Nice. What's your favorite lift sound? Nice. Oh, where's the steam train? We're gonna have to reset it. I have to reset it because the timing gets off on it every single time, so. Bye, Ben. My favorite RMC is Steel Vengeance.
It's a great show to go and watch it. You can even belly on it to the bar and get yourself a nice ice cold frosty root beer float. And just past the old saloon is going to be Fire in the Hole. Everybody say it together, Fire in the Hole.
Yep, this is going to be outdated after this year.
Some great ball knobbers came into town last night and they set
Going
the
into the
city
season.
ablaze. So the fire marshal's calling for everyone to help them put out that raging. They have place and everybody say it again, Fire in the Hole.
Fire in the hole.
And down the hill and to your right up ahead, y'all are going to be seeing a fence. We don't really know what's being built over there behind that fence, but I will tell y'all one thing we do.
He's talking about Mystic before it was open.
Be sure to listen in and we'll know just exactly what's going in over there. I just hope it's
So this was from 2019. This audio is from
And
2019.
also to your right, Bosun's Wilson's Farm. It's home to that giant barn swing that'll pick you up 75 feet and bring you back down a whopping 15 miles an hour. Yeah, there ain't no chickens in that barn. Now, I don't want to alarm anybody, but that did get word back there at the train depot that those two notorious train robbers, Alvin and Ralphie Bolin, have busted out of jail and were last reported headed out this way. Everybody say,
Oh, this is gonna have the jokes that they can't say anymore.
Yep, so keep your eyes peeled, your fingers crossed.
The break
And you've got
joke.
gold or silver in your teeth, you might want to keep your mouth shut. Now, folks, we are headed down a pretty steep hill, and I can't help but notice some of the looks on y'all's faces that y'all are just don't
Yeah,
get
they don't
that
say
when
this
we got the
anymore.
brakes on our train. Well, worry no more, but we've got the best brakes that money can buy. Stuff will be in sometime next week. So in the meantime, everybody get your hands up in the air. Might as well get your hands straight up over your heads and go, whee!
Whee!
Now, y'all know it's good in case we lose the brakes on this here train. It's kind of like a roller coaster. And you know, speaking of roller coasters, over here to your left is Powder Keg. That's our canning coaster that'll grab you in blast you off.
I do love the views from down here.
At least that's what I got before I passed out.
There it is. Oh, we're gonna get a pass by. There it
Over
goes.
here to your right is the world's most daring coaster known as Outlaw Run. Outlaw Run takes off 107 feet, drop you 162 feet at an 81-degree angle, reaching a top speed of 68 miles an hour.
There it goes.
Upside down 3 times.
I love it when it's timed out like that.
Darn too good. It won the 2013 Golden Ticket Award for Best New Ride in the World. So don't miss out on it. It's Outlaw Run. It's really good guys always win.
Now we're back in the woods.
Now, folks up ahead, and believe me, I do mean pick you up.
I had to make some cuts and everything because I remember I had to edit it a little bit,
You start
but
hopping second set, you turn green. Third shot, you throw. Excuse me, I had a frog in my throat. Now, I do need to remind everyone to please be keeping all hands, arms, and legs inside the train.
yeah, they also removed the wreck of.
You know, it got that name because just the other day, a lady up in Cars.
They used to have a prop out there of a wrecked
a giant 97-pound rattle-headed copper moccasin
engine up there, and they took it out.
Pulled her clean off the train. Now, we ain't seen a hide, no hair, or that lady, or that snake's scent. But we do hear from her husband. He's back there at the saloon, and he's buying drinks for everybody. He's singing Happy Days Are Here Again. And then now also be around this corner, we are going to be passing by the wreck of Engine 82.
Yeah, it has been over 2 hours.
We did used to have this engineer by the name of Ichabod, goofy body, and well, let's just say he had a little bit too much fun back there at Moonshine Stuff. He took our train.
Yeah, they don't make this joke anymore either.
Around this 2.5-mile-an-hour service, a breakneck speed of 5 miles an hour. Needless to say, he did not make it. Well, that train jumped the tracks, it rolled down the hill, and it crashed into the trees we're going to see off to your left. And now, luckily, nobody else was on that train except Old Ichabod. So we were looking through all that wreckage. We found Old Ichabod. He was right. Okay, so we pulled him out. We dusted him off. We elected him back up with a fresh jug of moonshine. I'll give you 3 guesses who's driving your train right now. Hey, Ichabod, if you're up there, can you give us 3 toots on your whistle, please? Okay, Ichabod, I said 3 toots. Well, that just goes to show y'all that there's 3 kinds of people in this world. Those that can count and those that can't. You didn't get that joke, guess which one you are. It ain't the first one. The other day I said, Ichabod, you know what 3-in-1 is? He said, yes, I do. Everybody knows 3-in-1's in oil.
And then I had to condense the show because you can only stop it for 60 seconds in Planet Coaster. See you, Silas.
Now, Ichabod, what do we... No. Because I said, you shake your fist at Alfie and Ralphie Bowen out there and call them ugly.
Ugly. The J stands for genius.
You take the high roller. High roller. I'll take the cheap seat. Now I want you to get over, so don't steal. Stop for $1. Oh, how did you letting our train go.
Yeah, I wish I could do more of the show, because like I had to condense it and cut it into pieces really fast. It was hard to do that.
Everybody wave and say bye, Alfie and Ralphie. Folks, give them a big hand. They're out here all day long robbing trains, even for just a little bit of sense. Bye.
Find a better train next time!
It does feel more like 4 hours, doesn't it?
Here at the city today. Let me hear a great big loud yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
Sure, that is just what I like to hear. Now, folks, if y'all are having a great time and you came to the park on a one-day ticket, you can just take that up to the ticket booth. And for just a few extra dollars, you can upgrade it to a season pass. That way you can come back and see us anytime that we're open this year. And y'all do not want to miss out. We got a brand new festival coming this October called Pumpkin Nights. We're going to have our usual craft festival.
Called
there
Pumpkins
today,
in
but
the
once that
City
sun
now.
goes down, there's going to be nearly 10,000 lit-up pumpkins. All the way from
Here goes
Main
Powder
Street up on
Keg.
Town Square, all the way down in front of Time Traveler, and all throughout the Grand Exposition area, folks. So be sure to come back and check it all out. But also, if y'all thought that our Christmas festival couldn't get any bigger, well, I guess we're all wrong there. Our Christmas festival this year is going to be the biggest that it's ever been, with 8 million Christmas lights all around the park. Folks, we're going to have a brand new 80-foot tall Christmas tree up on Town Square. It is all going to be a sight to see. We got a lot of great things coming this year, and y'all do not want to miss out on any of it. And also, for those of you that still have not ridden Time Traveler, y'all need to do so, because Time Traveler is still the world's tallest, fastest, steepest, and it's even still one of the longest spinning roller coasters in the world. It will launch you twice at around
Can hear the
35
lift
to
from here.
47 miles an hour. It will send you upside down, a hair-raising 3 times. It'll even drop you down a 100-foot tall vertical drop, and folks, that is straight down. Now, I can see some of you were shaking your heads no, like, there ain't no way you're going to get me to go on Time Traveler. Well, folks, I can reassure you it is a controlled spin. That means it will not spin fast at all like any test. Instead, it will actually rotate nice and slow as it goes around the tracks. That way, it's a great ride for y'all to enjoy. So be sure to go and check out that Time Traveler. It's just up the road from our train depot. Now, for any of you train lovers on board, if y'all take a look over here to your left, you're going to be seeing the roundhouse. Now, that's where we store and maintain all of our cars, our engines, and yes, even our
There's the
engineers
John Barnes
all
swing.
around the park. We do a little maintenance on the
How many
cars
coaster
and
models I have? Oh gosh, I have never actually counted them.
It's square.
I would say probably 15 to 20 maybe?
Don't have to laugh at that joke. I'm not the one who wrote it.
I'm not sure. I haven't actually counted them. Lake Silver. And there's fire in the hole 2.0. Well, at least the frame of the building. I hadn't built any more than that. I wish you could do adjustable heights on the launch tower.
Planning was a great addition to your $7 dream that Captain rides and attractions for the whole family to enjoy. Well, the little ones, they got Lucky's Busy Dogs, the fire spotter balloons, and a fire wagon frenzy with so much more. For you big kids, they did not forget about you. You've even got that giant 8-story tall fireball that'll shoot you up 8 stories, bring you back down, and shoot you right back up again. Now, folks, at this time, I would like to thank all of our active duty military and all of our veterans for their service. God bless each and every one of them. Folks, let's give our veterans a round of applause right now. We need to thank them and their families for the sacrifices that they've made, because without those sacrifices, we would not have the freedoms that we have today. Once again, God bless each and every one of them, and folks, what do you say? Let's give all of our veterans another big round of applause. We cannot thank them enough.
I wonder if my,
Coming up on our final crossing of the ride, so when we go rolling on through, I need everybody to be loud and proud and wave and yell howdy. All except you, car 4, you're back here in this last car with me. We're going to do something.
Oh, we gotta go car 4.
Alrighty, car
There's
1,
car
wave and
5
yell
on here.
howdy. Car 2, wave and yell howdy.
Oh yeah, I got the fence
Car
up
3,
now.
wave and yell howdy. Now here we go, car 4, wave and go. Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
we are coming back into the train depot, and on behalf of me and my entire train crew, we would like to thank y'all for coming out today and riding the Frisco Silver Dollar Line. Please take this time to look around you for all your trash. Folks, we do want to keep this old steam train clean, and we want y'all to get home with anything that y'all may have brought on board. And also at this time, I do need everyone to please remain seated. Once again, please remain seated. The train does and will
Wasn't
stop
perfectly
just a
timed
little
up,
bit
but
once we stop. So, folks, for your safety, I do need everyone to please wave. Everybody wait, please. Okay, there you go, folks, next statue. Everybody over there to your left is Ben. Everybody wave and say bye.
yeah, it starts too early on it. See, the audio, for some reason, when you do custom audios on these rides and stuff, instead of starting from the beginning again, it just laps over itself. So, like, if the ride doesn't stop in time, or when the ride stops, it's just going to start the recording over again, yeah, despite of where it is on the track. So, like, it doesn't... I wish the audio would restart when the ride starts. That's the problem I have with it, so... That's why it gets off by multiple seconds every single cycle, so... Anyways, I was curious if... if Fire in the Hole I built in here, since the layout is the same, I wonder if it's possible if I can just copy this over to the... copy it over and fit it in the new building. I would have to probably make this a little bit bigger because I don't think I made it quite big enough, but I bet I could fit it in there. I'd probably have to restructure this, but yeah, I think that's probably what I'm going to do since the layout is the same as the old one. So, anyways, sweet, we did get kind of recapping what we did today. We worked on this little, the last turnaround for Mystic River Falls and doing all the fencing and path work and rocks and stuff there. We got all of that going. So that turned out pretty good and did some details on that. So we got that done. And then we also just kind of just barely touched a little bit of Grand Expo with the wave carousel with the exit and everything here. But love the new Challenge Park series. Can't wait to see opening the park in the next episode. Do you think? I don't know if we'll open it next episode. We might finish it in the next episode, or get it. We'll be ready to open after the next episode, probably. That's probably where we're gonna be. We'll see. We'll just see. Maybe mid-episode we might get to opening, but I'll probably wait for the opening for the start of an episode, maybe. But we'll see. Looking at it from SDC in the 60s, I noticed the train had 2 stations. One was in the parking lot, and I think the other one in the parking lot is in the current station. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. As far as I know, that hasn't changed. I do know back in the 60s and everything, the parking lot is where the square is right now. So the parking lot was right here, and then you had like all of the buildings right here, the original buildings. Literally, the parking lot was like right here where the square was, back when it like first opened. So like none of this was here. I think I think you had the cave tours and stuff around that area too, something like that. I think I know what map you're talking about, Silas, but it was interesting. Because I think I saw you post it somewhere in the Discord, and I saw it as well. I know what map you're talking about. I don't know if I saw what you were talking about, though. Can't remember. But if you want to send it to me, go for it. Send it on over. We'll take a look-see. But yeah, I'm still not looking forward to Expo, but like I said, we're going to try and do like small little things like we did today. Like just tiny little bits of progress on Expo just to get it moving. Like next time I'll probably like go over here and maybe work a little bit on this little plaza that it has. So you have a Discord? Yeah, I do. If you go into the description, our Discord link's in there. It should still work. I mean, I had the option of the invite link not expiring, so, but I have it in the description of all my videos, so. Anyways, let's take a look at this. I see the steam trains right there. If you're talking about the bottom left, Silas, that is the cable train for the, I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but the bottom left, that's the cable train for the Marvel Cave. So that's not the steam train. The steam train is up top, and unless that's a station off to the right over there. See, there was a parking lot in the square, but there's also across the swinging bridge. Not the bottom left. Okay, swinging bridge is right there. Oh, that little parking lot. I see. And you're talking about that little building over there? Top right. I think that's just the regular depot. Because that's about where the depot is today. Honestly, is right up there. It's right up there in the top right, and that's where the normal depot is. It looks like there was a parking lot there and stuff at the time, but you joined? Nice. That lines up about where it would be at. Label is easy. Where Midtown would be. Is there? You see, I don't see the legends right there. I can't read it though; it's so small. I don't know. It might have been like that. I don't know. And it looks like the train's going in the map, anyways. It looks like the train's going the opposite direction too. Like it's going the back way. It's interesting. Anyways, yeah, that's definitely an old one. You could see, like, they had, like, parking and stuff, like, right at the front. And maybe that was just, like, extra parking. They had the stagecoaches go across, and, yeah, all they really had was the steam train back then. And the cable train that pulled you out of the cave. Yeah, that map had to have been definitely early 60s. Before they really got any rides, because it's not even flooded mines there, I don't think. Yeah, no flooded mine. That would be over there by the East Depot, so. That is an old map. Very, very old map. Anyways. Alright guys, I think I'm going to head out here for now. I appreciate you guys joining me today here on this awesome live stream. We'll try and be back as often as we can, maybe. I want to try and, again, do more live streams more often. So, still says Marvel Cave Park. Yeah, it was early. Definitely early. But thank you guys so much for being here, guys. Appreciate it. We're going to slowly chip away at this project. I'm hoping I can finish it if Planet Coaster 2 is coming out this year, late this year. I'm hoping maybe we can get this finished before then. If not, I might still work on it here and there, even after Planet Coaster 2. But if that happens, so we'll just wait and see. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys have a great day and cool tomorrow, and I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you guys all for the views and for the likes, subscriptions, and all that stuff, all that fun jazz. Thank you guys. Thanks for the support. Just being here supports me, you know. So, and I appreciate you so much. So, we'll be back very, very soon with some more awesome content. So, make sure you guys have a great day, cool tomorrow, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright guys, goodbye. Bye.